But from your sea and from your water and from your land shall come energy. And God said, I shall cause your vehicles to rise above the tar. I shall cause your vehicles to go above, and there will not be the smell and the stench of tires. Saturn, you with that mysterious ring around you contain particles of energy. There will be a source that they will have within this nation. It shall come from the garbage. It'll come from the ground. It'll come from paper. It'll come from bugs eating stuff. I'm just seeing a bunch of bugs eating a bunch of stuff. Listen to me. God said this is going to be the craziest thing. The United States shall rise above the wealth of the Middle East in terms of oil, and it shall take over, and they shall say, now take your oil and shove it.
Wow. Welcome to Analysis, everybody. Today we're going to be discussing the new energy that my dad prophesied about for years, as well as transportation, how we'd be rising above the tar and we wouldn't smell that stench anymore. And, you know, it's very interesting to analyze this in this season because all of a sudden there is a demand for new energy. And we're seeing all kinds of interesting things coming to the fore in this time. And so also him seeing Saturn, again, he's seeing things in the atmosphere, and I find that very interesting. So Christy Desfontaine is here to discuss this with us today. Christy?
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And so Christy, Dad has seen some very interesting things. We're going to go through the prophecies today.
Yes.
But new energy and particularly, you know, that would fuel our vehicles. But we also have now all this technology that needs a lot of energy.
Yes.
If you're mining digital currencies, the use of AI, these quantum computers. If you remember my dad prophesying, he didn't call it a quantum computer, but he prophesied about it. And so in bits and pieces over the years, Dad was prophesying this pretty intensely over and over again, wasn't he?
He really was. And you see that God showed him these kind of unconventional, futuristic energy sources. And I loved the way, because obviously I knew him so well, he was seeing a picture that he didn't always know how to describe. And it's because you could see that he saw it, but there wasn't the technological explanation to back up what he was saying at that point. He was just describing it. And it's the same way that, you know, I think back to the prophecy of him giving about how this device in your hand and held up a cell phone will bring down a corrupt regime. And then, you know, just this year, we saw what happened with the pages, where Israel was able to use technology to cause a whole bunch of Hezbollah and Hamas agents to be nailed using pages. But your dad was seeing something like that, but he didn't have the verbiage to explain it in a technological manner, but he also wasn't a technological kind of guy. So I find it interesting that we're seeing a prophetic storyline connecting hovering vehicles, new energy from strange places, a cosmic sign involving Saturn, and America breaking free from hostile energy dependence. And so I think to understand what is happening now, we have to start with what your dad was seeing and saying in 2007.
And it's interesting because in 2007, he was prophesying Trump.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
So he got a massive download for the future that we are in right now. So let's have a look at that. It was November 17th of 2007 in Houston, Texas.
But from your sea and from your water and from your land shall come energy. And God said, I shall cause your vehicles to rise above the tar. I shall cause your vehicles to go above, and there will not be the smell and the stench of tires. For this that I shall do shall cause a nation overnight to go from a struggling economy to an economy greater than it's ever been. And the gospel, this gospel of the kingdom shall go throughout the earth, says the Lord of hosts to America the Great.
You know, Christy, I just saw Elon Musk in an interview the other day, and he was talking about flying cars.
Yes,
And they were asking him if he was making one. And he said he couldn't give too much information yet, but it sounded kind of like that's what he was trying to do.
The thing that's crazy to me about this, Donna, is that we actually have a video about this, about the flying car. And I know that we've got things to discuss, but maybe we could show this video quickly and then come back and discuss it because it's wild. Remember what Kim said was in 2007. Okay. So let's go to this video now and then we'll come back and be able to discuss it.
Top 8 incredible flying cars that are changing the future of transportation. From China to the United States, real engineers are building real flying cars. Not for the next century, but for this one. These are the top 8 incredible flying cars changing how humanity moves. The machines turning science fiction into reality. Our journey begins in China, the epicenter of futuristic urban transport. Meet the Ehang VT-30, the country's first long-range passenger drone, designed to carry 2 people safely across the skies. It uses multiple electric propellers to lift and cruise with incredible precision, and it's fully autonomous. Ehang envisions entire cities connected by sky corridors, transforming traffic jams into seamless, silent air travel. If the VT-30 connects cities, the Xpeng X2 brings flight closer to home. Built by Xpeng Aero HT, this sleek carbon fiber aircraft can switch from car mode to flight mode with a single command. Powered by 8 electric motors, it cruises at 130 kilometers per hour for about 35 minutes, quietly and cleanly through urban skies. It's designed for anyone to fly, not just professional pilots, thanks to its intelligent flight control system and built-in safety features.
What?
Wow. And I just heard the other day, like I said, Elon Musk talking about making the flying Tesla. So, it's not science fiction anymore.
No, it's not.
And there was my dad in 2007 saying, no more smell of the stench of tires.
Yes, because we now have these, Donna. They're real flying vehicles and using electric propulsion that could create no friction at all. And this global race for airborne mobility genuinely mirrors your dad's timeline.
It does, because if you see everything else he's prophesied about and all that coming to pass, and then just throw this in the middle of it, it is pretty incredible. And it's very encouraging in a time where things have been so difficult and we're going through so much war and a division in the nation and everything. To see this happening is encouraging.
Yes, it is.
And, he saw that about Saturn. He saw that about Saturn. We heard a little bit of it in the montage in the beginning of the broadcast here. But I really want to have a look at that one again. He was in Chicago, Illinois, and it was May 28th of 2010. Let's look at that one.
Saturn! You! With that mysterious ring around you contain particles of energy. I see dust and ice. But what is there that they shall discover? I speak to you in a mystery, but I inform you tonight. This earth is mine, says the Lord. They've endeavored to possess it. So I take just one of my planets, show them that they will hear the sound of the sons of God. Science will never ever understand. Cambridge will tell us it's this. Berkeley will tell us it's that. God says, I'll shine on you. what I gave when I created the earth. And when I threw out the stars, and I cast them out, you were on my mind.